This is the Simagic GTC wheel rim, the company's first GT Cup steering wheel that surprised me for more reasons than I was expecting. So in today's review, I'll be talking about all this wheel offers, the good, the bad, and whether it's worth its very significant $409 price tag. And note that if you are interested in purchasing this or any other Simagic product, using code OCRacing will get you 3% off at checkout. Given this wheel's hefty price tag, I had high hopes and expectations when it came to the build quality, functionality, and general feel of it, and overall I was not disappointed. Even the way this product came packaged really gave a premium feel with a very unique and professional way of providing an unboxing experience. All set up and ready to go, I was immediately surprised by this wheel's large size. At 325mm in diameter, this wheel is up there in size with what you would find in large rims usually intended for rallying or drifting. Apart from being large in diameter, it's also quite heavy with a net weight of just over 4 pounds or nearly 2 kilograms. It doesn't seem like much, but it's easily heavier than most rims I've tested in the past, and that's saying a lot. Now just from those two things alone, you immediately get the feel that this rim is far from a toy. It's large, it's heavy, and it genuinely feels and looks like a real-world race car steering wheel, and we're yet to talk about anything else. And that's because before I do, it's important to clarify that this product really is two products in one. The first will be the U-shaped leather rim, and the second is the GT Pro Hub button module, which Simagic sells separately for $340. As such, it's possible to swap out this wheel rim for another and still maintain the same functionality. This of course being a huge selling point and making the price make a lot more sense. The rim itself is offered in both Alcantara or leather, with me opting for the leather version, but both offering their pros and cons. Personally, I would imagine the Alcantara looks and feels better, but the leather is easier to maintain and it won't matter if you use it with gloves or not. Very much worth noting is the slight groove where your thumbs sit in place, which do a great job at not only making this rim look that much cooler, but also very comfortable when in use. Overall, I'm very impressed with this rim though. It's of perfect and realistic thickness and the leather feels premium and of high quality, though if I'm being completely honest, I don't know whether it's real leather or not, and that's not made clear on the Simagic website. A big negative I did find with the leather finish of this rim, however, is that it is quite slippery and I don't have as much grip from it as I would like. Now of course I would imagine that after time, once I really break it in, it will sort of feel more secure, but at least from the several hours I've put it to use thus far, I mainly have had to use it with gloves. From a design perspective though, the red stitching, which was flawless, also complements the red accents in the button module, so overall it's a great looking rim, and that's only reinforced with the brushed aluminum alloy finish of the wheel plate, which absolutely glistens under lights. Now taking a look at the button module, and things show no signs of stopping. The entire module is housed in an aluminum alloy casing with real carbon fiber on the faceplate and on both the clutch and paddle shifters in the back. Talking about those, they're magnetic but not too loud or quiet while still maintaining a firm and tactile feel. Just take a listen for yourself. Worth mentioning is that they're also slightly adjustable and the clutch paddles underneath can also be mapped for different things on the software, something which I'll touch upon soon. Of course, it's impossible not to notice the sharp red finish of the quick release used by Simagic. Being the same that MOZA Racing uses, there's little to complain about here, with it delivering a wireless signal back to your wheelbase, having no flex whatsoever, and being quick and easy to install and remove time after time. Now back to the front, there is tons more to go over regarding the functionality of this button module. With a total of 8 programmable RGB buttons, 2 7-way multi-position switches, 2 rotary encoders, 2 thumb encoders, 1 RGB ABS rotary encoder, and 1 RGB traction control rotary encoder, I can almost guarantee that you won't run out of programmable buttons anytime soon. Worth noting is that a clear sticker sheet is also included for you to label the buttons while allowing the RGBs to shine through, this being a very nice touch. Now with With the exception of the RGB backlit buttons, which don't feel noticeably special to press down, all of the rotary encoders and switches feel extremely good with a noticeable amount of force required to actuate and a very premium feel. Just take a listen for yourself. On the subject of buttons, it's worth noting that every single RGB backlit button can have the color changed, and the ABS and traction control rotaries at the bottom also flash to indicate when either of those systems are being actively used in the car. In the real world, U-shaped wheels are used in specialized race cars to decrease weight, make it easier to get in and out of the car, and most importantly for both real world and sim use, it clears up a lot of space, giving you an uninterrupted view of your dash. So with the design of this wheel and its vast functionality and features, I can say with confidence that on track, this wheel really is a pleasure to use. For starters, and most importantly for me, it genuinely looks like a professional bit of gear, and it feels like so as well. The large size feels good and immersive, and I'll go ahead and say that nobody will find it too small, something I can't say for the majority of sim racing wheels I've used before. As mentioned before, this wheel is quite heavy, and mixed with its large diameter, I did notice a drop in the overall detail and force felt from the wheelbase. It wasn't a night and day difference per se, but when compared to small and light formula wheels, the feedback is slightly dampened with this wheel. Another drawback is that some of the buttons and encoders were impossible for me to reach without letting my hand go from the wheel, something which wasn't a huge deal but still worth noting. Overall though, on track, this wheel did provide me with everything I needed and more. The paddle shifters were always responsive, the backlit buttons were easy to identify, and the ergonomic design of this wheel made for a very pleasant driving experience. So overall, I am a big fan of the Simagic GTC wheel. Though pricey, it certainly has delivered in nearly all aspects and will provide me the versatility to swap out rims in the future. To put it easily, just look at the thing. It's a great looking wheel which feels as good to drive as it does to look at. And with all that said, this has been my review on the Simagic GTC wheel. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below, and as always, thank you all for watching, stay safe, and have a fantastic rest of your day.